Hi everybody, welcome back to Spark School. This is an exciting week, mostly because I'm going to be learning a ton, and I hope you learn some too. But we're going to be talking with Amber Jane Arquette, the amazing energy healing woman, friend of Spark. You are like the Spark spiritual advisor. I don't even know if I've mentioned that yet. You've been to every single Spark.
Yes.
And it
was magic at first moment.
It really was. There was magic at first spark. The fire just grew. It's been, so the last few years, I feel like I get to know more and more about you and what you teach, and you do so many things for people. You're my personal energy healer, and you do amazing woo-woo things on me, with me, for me. But today you're going to be talking about the chakras, which is something I actually want to know more about. So selfishly, I'm teaching you guys here on Spark School so I can learn more about the chakras. Yay!
So let's just start with the basics, right? So there's 7 chakras that are placed throughout the body, and some people are familiar of them having a color and a placement. So
I've seen the photo of like the little...
Yep. Yeah, and they're usually in the lotus position.
Like we are now, coincidentally.
Yeah, and you get a little alignment happening when you're in the lotus position. And so we can talk about where it starts. So there is the root chakra. So this is the basic 7. There's a couple more that are being talked about, and then there's also more on your energetic field. And so I will actually mention 3 that are kind of unknown.
Oh, top secret chakra information.
Yes.
This is exciting.
Because you can use these for grounding, which is really important for a highly sensitive, right? Being in the body, because a lot of times we want to jet out of the body, and that can give us that floaty kind of scattered feeling. So a lot of being highly sensitive is a practice of bringing our energy back into our energy system, and the chakras are part of that energy system. So we start at the root chakra, which is red. It has so much to do with our sense of safety.
And this is like down in the base of
It's actually, if you it's in the perineum. So it's a little bit further lower down than the actual pelvic bowl.
Is that piece of skin that gets torn when you have babies?
Yes.
Yes. I know that one. I know it well.
Yes. So the perineum, that area is like this base sense of security and like all is well in your world. When it's radiating with that energy, then you have a really good sense of moving in the world and doing your thing and expressing yourself. And
I was going to say orgasm, but I mean, that sounds good too.
Orgasm can be part of the kundalini rising.
All down there.
The spark rising.
You're talking about like when everything's full. I'm like, yeah, sister, I know that feeling.
Yeah. So that's like the start, right? That's the start of like kundalini rising. When they talk about that, that's like the spark starting in the root chakra, and then just like this fire of energy going through all of the chakra system and an awakening happening.
Yes. I have a friend who had a out of body spiritual experience, and she said that it started in her root chakra, and we started with a sexual thought and then ended up going throughout her entire body and like out the top of her head.
Yeah.
So,
because our sexuality and our society does not separate sexuality and sensuality. And there's so much that you can work with your sexual energy to create things just so much there. But I won't go into that.
Oh, we have a little saying here at Spark behind the scenes. It's called the 3 M's, which is a routine that we should be doing every morning. And this has to do with meditation, masturbation, and then manifestation. So
that's activating your kundalini, your spark, your what did you just say? That like, awakening.
Yeah, just like this, just an out of body spiritual awakening.
Yeah. So with the root chakra, what I also like to think of that's not always talked about is this is your connection of your lineage, like your bloodline lineage, and what can be held in there. And I like to talk about it a little bit like we have a book of shelves, of all the belief systems that are held or like stored is a better word, in that chakra system. So if you have a lineage that has gone through lots of trauma, maybe has been like kicked off their land or anything like that, and science is proving that we hold those memories from our lineage, that they're actually found in our DNA, which is incredible.
That is incredible.
So if you are having a sense of insecurity in your life, then there's some book on that shelf that is not working to your best ability and is not a reflection of your truth.
Wow.
Because being an energetic, beautiful being on the planet is that you are safe. And so we need to be broadcasting all is well feeling. So let's move up into the chakra system. So we move up to that sacral chakra. So that's kind of
belly.
Lower belly, kind of right where you think about the uterus being for women. And so there's that creation energy. And that's a lot of where our inspiration sparks, where we can like really tap into that energy there and bring things forward into life. One of the things that I like to pinpoint about the solar chakra, is that it also houses some of your judgments around people and things.
Did you say solar or sacral?
Oops, sacral.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
So that sacral chakra can be how you create cords with other people. So if we're like creating judgments or any type of cords with other people, I feel like what I understand through my guides and my own spiritual awakening is that we connect with other people from there.
From that energy center.
From that energy center. So if other people are connecting to us, that's going to happen through the solar chakra, the yellow goodness of the solar chakra.
And that one's right here?
And that's right above the navel.
Okay.
So when I'm using essential oils and I want to apply the oils to help with the healthy frequency, the healthy broadcast, which taps into manifestation, taps into reprogramming old belief systems that aren't for our highest good. We can use essential oils, we can use crystals, we can use meditation, we can use holding that and saying high vibrational words. All of those tools come back into this energetic system.
This is perfect because we've been really digging in within Spark School on reprogramming our belief system. So
Yeah.
take notes, people. Take your notes.
So that solar broadcast of yellow light, a lot of people see it as a yellow light, is around our will in the world and I think too, like our expression, how we're going to assert ourselves and express ourselves. So I love that, there's this combination of yellow and blue with spark.
I love that.
Right? Because you're asking people to come into their power and assert themselves in their world. And then you're also bringing in that expression chakra of the throat, which is blue, right? How do we communicate? So before we get to the throat,
wow,
we'll come back to the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is this beautiful green expression of how we're in relationship. How much love do we have the capacity or, those beliefs of worthiness of receiving love? How do we give love? Is there a balance? Is there a beautiful balance in this chakra? Sometimes this chakra can get overworked, right? And so we want to use our tools to keep it really healthy and expressing love, but also receiving love. It's also the place where you build trust. You build trust within yourself, that trust that you're able to be open and vulnerable, which is like a really big deal. So if you're looking to have more trust in yourself, trust in others.
Would this be like, sorry to interrupt, but would this be like trust, like if you are having trouble trusting your own intuition?
Having trouble trusting your own intuition, having trouble trusting that people are safe, or that even that you can keep yourself safe. Because there was a time in my life where I was just making really bad decisions, and I kind of broke my own sense of trust. Like, was I smart enough? aware enough to make good decisions for myself. And if I made a bad decision, a deeper question was, did I have what it takes to get myself out of that situation? So that was a lot of rebuilding trust that like, no, I'm a really good, beautiful person in the world and I can do good for others.
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And so that's in the heart.
That's in the heart.
Okay.
Color green.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Fourth chakra.
Okay.
Yeah. So our fifth chakra is our throat chakra.
It's the blue one.
It's a blue one.
Right.
And that is all about expressing yourself. How do you communicate? And just recently, I've been thinking of the throat chakra in a new way. I do actually a series of chakra blends because I really like working with creating the best program that I can, like the best set of beliefs that really allow me to step into my power and do what it was meant to do here, right?
Yes.
And with the most ease, joy, and abundance possible.
Yes.
That's like the cream on, that's like having your cake and eating it too. I'm all about both and.
Yes. Yes, please.
Yes. So that throat chakra is a place where we can really lift up people by saying beautiful things, like seeing the truth in them and saying, Rachel, you're bringing this body of work to people, making it so accessible and weaving it through and bringing these people who can talk about really far out stuff and help come into steps where they can change your life. And I just want to thank you for that. It's so courageous and world changing.
Thank you. That made my heart chakra feel very good.
Yeah. So I can use my voice in that way, and I can also use my voice in very negative ways that bring people down, that can hurt other people.
Yeah.
So when we think about the throat chakra, what vibration of words and language do you want to be using in the world around you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a big power there.
Sounds like it.
Right? You can liberate people with the things you can talk about. You can also bind them and limit them.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
So let's go up to the third eye chakra, right? So 4, 5, 6th chakra, that's kind of the color of indigo. And this is such a beautiful chakra. So if you are an intuitive person, you might have a little bit more relationship with it. But this is like seeing the bird's eye view. This is being able to see the bigger picture of life or a situation, but it's also being able to tap into that information that you might be receiving around energy or even telepathic communication.
Wow. Okay.
So
cool.
I know. So have you ever been on the phone with somebody and you like say the same word as they say, or like you're thinking of someone and then they call you or text you?
It happens to Janelle and I all the time.
Yeah. So that is a telepathic communication. We think of telepathic communication as being like this far out thing that maybe like aliens do, right?
It's only in the movies.
But when we have awareness, like now, whenever I think of somebody out of the blue, I'm like, oop, they're probably thinking of me. Is there something like I can do with that? Is it, like the other day I thought of my friend Cindy, and then I stumbled across her earrings and I was like, oh, she's probably wondering where those are at. So now I can go return her earrings. And I bet you anything she's been thinking about it. But it's so fun to get confirmation. It's so fun to like when you think of a song and then it comes on the radio, which you talked about in your experience of leaving your job.
It happens. Right? Oh yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Music speaks to me that way.
So that's kind of a little bit about the 6th chakra there, your intuitive center point.
Okay.
And then your crown chakra. So your crown chakra is this, I always see mine as like this beautiful lotus flower kind of blossoming and opening up. And there's a little bit of care because not always do you want to be open to everything all of the time, but you also don't want to be closed because the crown chakra is really helping you connect to source energy. And the importance of source energy is like, this is our deep connection to the vast vitality, the just beautiful divine match of energy that comes in that can be programmed any way that we want, right? So the more source energy that we have coming in, and if you have a daily practice of meditation and affirmations, you can use that energy coming in and help program it with some of the new beliefs that you want to be bringing in. in the different chakra systems.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
So that's kind of your connection. And I just the other day was reading an article about how narcissists, right, people who really think that the world should or does revolve around them, they also lack compassion and empathy. And they're not, you don't see them as being usually like really connected to like the greater good. Those people tend to have the first, or the heart, the throat, the intuitive, and the crown chakra kind of shut off. They're living in the lower 3 chakras. So that's why it's so important to kind of have that full spectrum again.
Can you fix that if you have closed chakras? And so say maybe even like your throat chakra, like you've, and this is, I think, how you can tell that maybe one of your energy centers is closed is if you're looking, so we're going to put a list of what Amber and Jane just taught us here. And you're looking at this list and saying like, okay, my throat chakra, like I cannot speak my truth. I cannot share my story. Like, so that might be a signal that that is closed or blocked. How does one open it?
Yeah, so I really like working with the root chakra and then the secondary chakra, because usually everything comes down to feeling safe in the world, right? Yeah. So with that, I would work with the root chakra and the throat chakra together. I would use meditation. I would use affirmations. Anytime I'm feeling restricted, I would try to really be aware, is this really happening right now? Is this the truth of what's happening right now? Like, can I be vulnerable in my relationship with Rachel right now? Is she compassionate and empathetic to me? Is she willing to listen? Is this a fear inside of me, or is this a fear because I know that she won't listen to me, she won't respect me, and she won't regard my feelings as my truth? So again, that awareness piece, and then taking baby steps. Like, Rachel and I have gotten to a point where I can come to her and say like, hey, I'm feeling really uncomfortable about this, and I'm going to take a baby step, that like going out on the ledge and taking a little leap and building up the evidence. For me, I'm a person where I want lots of evidence around me that reflects back the truth that I know to be of myself.
Yes.
So I think that's a really clever way to do it, is find those safe places where you can take those little leaps of faith in doing something that feels a little scary.
I love that. That makes perfect sense. And then like you're basically reprogramming yourself.
Yeah. You have new evidence. It's there.
Okay. So we've gone through the main 7. I am dying to know what these like other 3 secret chakras are.
So yes, my favorite secret chakra is on the bottom of the feet.
Oh.
And the way that we can use these chakras is awesome. I instruct people to do this all the time, where you open the feet chakra and you allow energies that don't match you or that are somebody else's, or you just want to release. And you can ask all of that energy to be released through the bottoms of your feet. And then if you want to receive nurturing energy from the earth, and the beautiful, abundant, and nurturing energies of the earth, you can ask to receive through the feet chakra.
Okay.
So I want to go one level deeper, which is a chakra that is actually in the earth, under the ground. And it connects our root chakra to this beautiful grounding chakra. So a lot of times what happens is when we're trying to ground, especially as highly sensitives, right? Where our auras are expanded, our energy is scattered, we're kind of floating outside of our bodies, and we try to ground through the root chakra. Well, we're finding that grounding into this earth-based chakra actually allows all of this beautiful grounding, centering, present. So when I say grounding and centering, I mean presence, feeling like you are fully in your body and present. That is going to be your chakra that you really want to lean on.
Okay.
So you want to visualize your energy going down and tapping into that beautiful, I personally love to see it as like this faceted diamond in the earth.
Oh, I love that. Love a good diamond.
And then there's one more chakra right above the crown chakra. And it's this big, beautiful chakra that, again, is just helping us connect to those energies above and, our spirit guides, or even just divine source, godlike energy.
Oh my gosh. I think we could like sit here for an entire week and go over all of the knowledge that you have about so many things. But alas, we can't. We are going to end today with encouraging you to go through the actionable this week, really learn more about each chakra, and by identifying what each one does, see where you might be blocked. And then we're going to give you a list of ways that you could help unblock yourself so all of your energy is flowing through your body and you can create all of the magic in the world. Thank you so much for coming on. This has been an incredible series. I think so many people are going to get a ton out of it.
Yeah.
And if you want to know more about Amber Jane, it's amberjanehealing.com, and we will link that within this module. Thanks, guys.